And welcome to another episode of Minute Clinic, rather Legal Minute Clinic. And this is attorney Joe Flores, a nurse practitioner. I want to talk to you all about something that's very important and near and dear to my heart. Healthcare is, but so's the law. And I think not just healthcare providers, but I think everybody should know about this. And it is mass incarceration. Now, I am no lefty-leaning, crazy, wild-eyed guy, nor am I a right-wing extremist, lock everybody up, deport everybody. I'm kind of in the middle. But what I've seen personally, it just breaks your heart, man. You know, like when you see the real story and you get the real story and you live the real story and you see how tragic some of this is. So, you know, one of the things I want to start with is illegal entry. And, you know, people want to say euphemisms like undocumented person and things like that. If the shoe was on the other foot and I went to go work in Mexico, you know, by day 91 when my visa ran out, they'd be looking for me. And that's the truth, you know. Another truth is being Mexican-American or Chicano or Latino, whatever you want to call it in this country, sometimes you want to feel like not American enough, not Mexican enough, you know, and people kind of like, what are you? You know, I've gotten that when I've gone like, where there's like two Hispanics in Wyoming, you know. They thought it was George Lopez. Boy, wanted to sign some autographs there and sell them for $1,000 on eBay. But anyway, but that's part of it. The other part is right now, and it happens every 20 years, folks, is that there is this love affair with cheap labor, and then there's a love affair with protecting our jobs. And so people every 20 years will say, let's get rid of everybody that's coming in. And then after a few years, they go, whoops, we messed up. We need guys to really do the hard labor out in the fields. And that's what happens. And it's happened in the 80s. It's happened in the 2000s. It's happening now. And so along with that comes mass incarceration. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you, well, the federal system is a lot easier than the state system. You get more medical care. It's cushier. You get like medium security. I mean, there's a lot of hype going out there, and I've been to those facilities, and let me tell you, it's not great. Many times, because I was a nurse practitioner, I don't care where the guy came from or the gal came from, whether she was from Mexico or whether she was from Guatemala or wherever, you know, Iran, I don't know. But I would always ask them, how you sleeping? Are they giving you their medications? And I had a friend die. He made a mistake. He was doing bids on certain contracts with the government. And I went to school with him since I was a kid. And went to confirmation and stuff with him. Anyway, so he got caught. And he was going to get like 6 months in the joint. Federal, because it's federal, you know, with federal contracts. And so he's going to get a hard slap on the wrist and do 180 days, probably more like 150, and then be on probation a couple of years. But the judge asked, are you depressed? And the guy was under oath. He said, yeah, you know, and the judge, feeling some concern and compassion about him hurting himself, said he'll be remanded. Well, that means you're taken into custody once you plea. The judge can do that. They don't just let you walk out. They can have you remanded for before sentencing. In other words, in the federal system, it's a little bit different. Federal system, you get busted, there's no bail bondsman. The government is the bail bondsman, pretrial services. Then you get, you know, an arraignment. You have a right to have the arraignment read or you waive it. Same thing like on Law and Order. And then they do this pretrial report on you, who your grandmother was, where you went to elementary school, who your family is. That's like your autobiography, your biography rather. And so it was determined with him that he should go to prison. Well, they didn't give him his right meds. He was very deeply depressed, and he died because he didn't get the right meds. And that stuck with me, and I said ever since then, writing motions to get people out of jail or get them treated the right way. You're lucky if you get an aspirin or a Tylenol in jail. And I'm not saying that you should get the good stuff, but if you're in true pain or you have cancer, you should really get treated. And I'm a big advocate of that. So medical treatment is a big issue. People know it that are part of the system, but they're not going to talk about it. Medical directors, nurses on there, and I found more than a few that weren't getting their medications, diabetics that weren't getting their insulin. I'm not saying to coddle prisoners, but this is America, man. I mean, we need to do something about it. And that is at least treat these people with some minimal medical treatment. And I'm hearing that the mass incarceration that's happening right now, the prison industrial complex, is pretty rough. So this is an introduction to what I'm doing, and I want to make a part 2 to this. But I just want to create some awareness that we are locking up more people than we ever have. It's almost triple what we locked up 30, 40 years ago. And I'll explain that in the next segment, so stay tuned. The details matter. Every person matters.
He is a straight shooter.
I love that he helps the community.
He's committed to his clients in a way that you never feel like you're being left out.
He applies the same attention, the same strategy.
Very smart.
Whether it's with their sons or daughters in trouble with the law, it's my clients who inspire me to keep pushing. I can't let them down.